Hello guys, my name is Lottie, I am the Irish Witch, and today we are playing a game that I have been looking forward to for, I'm not going to even admit how long. It's been a while. This game has been in some form of development hell for a few years now, and I first saw this game, I think it was E3. It might not have been. I can't remember. It was a game that the concept intrigued me, and I've been waiting for it. It was supposed to release the beginning of last year, and it was pushed back to middle of last year, and then the end of last year, and then finally to today, when I'm recording, the 29th of January 2026. I have been waiting for this game for so long, and now I finally get to play it. This game is Cairn. It is a game by the Game Bakers, and they make a lot of amazing games. I say that, and then I'm like, my brain's not working telling me what games they make. My brain's got Haven, Squid's Odyssey. I've played Fury. That's the one I was looking at. Fury, and yeah. So this is their newest game that they have made. The game is based around a mountain climber by the name of Ava, and she is going to climb one of the biggest, most dangerous mountains, Kami, and it's got a bit of a story. I've got two worlds going at the same time. I've got my hardest difficulty world, which is the one that I am streaming on Twitch. I took a little bit of a break from that just so I could actually record an actual video. So we are cheating. We are using infinite chalk, infinite pittons, and stuff like that, just so we can actually climb this, have the full, like, rock climbing experience. This game, when the demo came out, I played about 100 hours of it, I'll be honest. And since the game's been released, I say it's the 29th, it's the 30th right now. I have been playing this non-stop for over 24 hours. I love this game. It is just, it's everything. This was my most anticipated game of 2025, and it 100% beats it out of the park. Before we get into the video to part one, I do want to mention my name change and my video kind of shift. I'm not going to explain why. There's a very good reason why. Some people who I don't like, they keep harassing me. I'm not going to say anything more, but I am trying to distance myself from these people. So they can't control what I upload, they can't control what I say, they can't control what I talk about on my channel. So without further ado, we are going to be right back. I'm just going to go get myself a drink, and we are going to start climbing through the tutorial area. I might just, montage this because I want to get to Kami. I want to get to the big mountain. I don't just want to be on this smaller tutorial mountain, but there's no way to skip it. So I am going to probably have to climb up there. And yeah, I'll probably montage it. And yeah, I will be right back.
3 days later.
Okay, that took longer than I expected. I was expecting to be back within about 10 minutes or so. It's actually 2 days later. I have completed the game on my other world, which is the one that I've been live streaming on my Twitch. Down below, Gelly Games 24. I think I might have actually changed the name to Lottie the Irish Witch. I'm not sure. I will have to double check. I think it's one of those. The link will be down below anyway. I've been a bit distracted, and we've ended up, taking a tiny bit longer. I've turned off the infinite, chalk and pittons just so it's not so cheaty. We're gonna go and speed through the tutorial mountain. I'm gonna montage it. I'm gonna have the song that I use for my intro and outro, which is High, and that will be also down in the description. I am probably going to be changing my song soon to something else. That is something for me to know right now, you guys to find out later. Yeah, let's go and climb the tutorial mountain. I should be able to speed through this pretty fast.
This was the last act. Thought the lights would fade to black. You said that's as far as you go. Funny how you never know. I don't slow when the room goes quiet. I don't fold when you deny it. Every step I take from here hits harder, sounds clearer. You're watching, don't blink, you'll miss it. This ain't the end. You'll see, I'm just getting started. Honestly, turn it up, let it breathe. This ain't the end. You'll
see. I don't even know what to say about that. I mean, I've done that run jump several times and still never failed it. So let us try that again without, completely fucking that up. And we're so close to the top. It's a good job that I said yes to the rewinding. Because, oh my god, that was so bad. I think I'm just going to climb the rest of it without montaging, just because we are nearly there. It's less than a second away. And then once we get onto Kami, which is the main mountain, I am going to do a little explanation of how this game works. There we go. We are now at the top, so let's let this cutscene play.
Are you ready for Kami?
It's really quiet, so I'm just going to go put this up a bit.
Play the message.
Hey, it's Naomi. Just making sure you got this before you're too high up. I wanted to say, be careful. You know I always worry. Watch for the snakes, the drops, the loose holds, the cold, your food supply, and so on and so forth. Also to say that I'm always with you, you know? She says from her couch. Anyways, that's all I had, sweetie. Hang in there.
Good thing you don't know about the bears. You wouldn't have let me leave. You up? Time to go. Could you also pack up the tent, please? All right, let's start from here. Great.
Right, okay, let's get started. I haven't really explained this because I skipped the climbing wall section of the tutorial. However, and I also montaged most of it. However, in our bag we start with things like this. We start with 11 pitons, we start with dandelion, some other things, some chalk, some meds, some noodles, and tea and water. You have to eat and drink and stay warm when you get further up the mountain, and you have to make sure you don't die. Each medication does something, like muscle relaxing. Basically, most of them help you with grip and, you know, stuff like that. Chocolate increases focus. You can cook things inside of here. You tape your fingers up. They start perfect, so you don't need to do it. You can fix your pitons inside of your climb bot. And you can sleep.
Where do I start?
I will end up sleeping just before I start climbing, just because I don't like climbing in the dark. We will be doing some nighttime climbing. Yes, bears. There is a bear. I have been in its cave and it scared the living daylights out of me, so let's just do a tiny bit of exploring. I think last time on my first playthrough I climbed up that side. I might go this side this time. So there's multiple routes you can take to climb. Climbing gets more dangerous the higher up you go. You'll have different weather, you'll have less handholds and footholds. You have to adapt and survive. So with how climbing works, I'll just do a tiny little basic thing to explain it. Don't need the broken bottle. So I'm using keyboard and mouse. This game does recommend you use a controller. I have not got a controller set up, but keyboard and mouse is fine. So you click to go into the wall, and then you can move the arms, and you can move the legs. You can select by space and then scroll wheel. So, say for example I want to start with a foothold first, and then I can use this hand and get a really good pull up. So that's, oh, it's actually going daytime, so we don't need to. So we can actually just start climbing. So I'm just going to start climbing, and we'll get to the next safe space, which is the bivouac. You meet some characters along the way, and we will get around to them when we get around to them. So I'm going to very precautiously try and stand here. So if you haven't got a good foothold and handhold, you basically will end up falling. So you need to be very careful with your hand placement and your foot placement to make sure you don't.
Right on.
I mean, just like real life climbing, I've never climbed a mountain, but I have rock climbed, and you need at least 2 really good points of contact. At least 1 foot, 1 hand, but it's preferable to have 4 points of contact, 3 points of contact. You want to be able to have a good foothold, handhold, and everything. If you're just hanging off this with your hand and nothing else, you're gonna fall. Now, the main character, Ava, will start shaking as she runs low on stamina. You need to be very careful of her running out of stamina like this. But if you press Q, she shakes herself off a bit and gains a bit of stamina. I'm going to go flat on the wall because it allows me to have a good, stable... I'm not going anywhere. and it allows me to then get my foot up. I'm going to get my hand ready, and then I'm going to move up. As you can see, Ava is quite flexible, and she can do things that you probably can't do in real life. But it is still a really fun game. As I said, this game was anticipated for me for many years, and the fact it kept getting delayed really not annoyed me, but I was getting very upset because I wanted to play it. I played about 50 hours of the demo, maybe a bit more, I can't actually remember. And now the game's finally been released. I'm so happy. Let's disconnect from the wall. Actually, I think I went up this way last time. Is the dandelion there? We can take that, make a nice stewed dandelion.
Hey Alva, this is Chris. So, do you ever respond to voicemail? We have no way to know your location. And the sponsors are breathing down my neck. I've been waiting for pictures forever. Can you at least confirm you've taken a few? It's hard enough for them to advertise your performance without any images. But if on top of that you're not giving any news, you know they'll start foaming at the mouth. Anyway, get back to me when you have a chance. I hope everything's okay, and my messages aren't making you angry. No need to deny it, I'm starting to know you. I'm just trying to do a decent job, is all.
Oh, you're gonna be so mad when you find out what I did to that camera.
Yeah, she broke the camera. I think there is a photo mode, yeah, so, it's actually something we could get an achievement for, taking a photo. So I might do that when I get to the top. I've already unlocked 70% of the achievements. I am trying to 100% them, so I will need to do them all at some point. I don't know whether this is going to be during this little Let's Play, as this isn't my first Let's Play. I have played and completed this already, so let's climb up here. And let's take a little photo for Chris. There we go. Now I got an achievement. Now, the first time I played this, I did climb up this way, and I was on this side, and I was wondering how the fuck am I supposed to get over there without climbing? Because I didn't know about the sprint jump. Now I do. But let's do a tiny bit of exploring and see what we can find. If there is anything over here, I don't actually remember. Okay, I think we're pretty good, so let's just go and do our little jump. There we go.
Sorry.
Now I am cheating, I'm using that little rewind. I might end up not using it. You know what, from now on I'm not going to use the rewind. I'm going to actually be careful about how I jump. Let's go to this vending machine and see what it has for us. A broken bottle, we do not need. Compote, I will take that. Don't really need that, I'll take the medicine, take the berry milk. Now, last time I played, I think I went up this way. because I saw the rail car thing and I wanted to go there as soon as I could. I'm actually going to go this way. Now, if I go quiet for long stretches of time, it is because I'm focusing, and there's not really much to say. This game is just a beautiful game with a great story. I'll talk when I can, and just enjoy the climbing. So my plan for this is I'm going to try and use the pittons as little as I can, and I'm going to try and not use the rewind if I can help it. Some points I might use it just for ease of access, or you know, something like that. I am playing on the easiest difficulty. I am going to be doing a harder run where if you die, you die. Food is more important than it is now, and that's going to be on my Twitch. So if you're interested, feel free to watch that.
Oh, look at you. Your circuits are frozen. Where did you come from? All the way up there? And you're getting back down? By yourself? All right, let's go. There's nothing we can do for him. We'll see if we can pick him up on the way back. Brought a bag of bolts.
So there is two endings to this game. Ending 1 is you climb to the summit. Ending 2, I'm not going to spoil that just because it's kind of based around one of the characters you meet. I will be doing both. I will say that. Food and water wise, we're good. We don't need anything. We can just collect and start stocking, because as soon as we get into the cold, we're going to be needing to eat a lot. And I will be doing that. I didn't go this way last time, so I think I'm gonna go this way. As you can see, I was about to fall then, but then as soon as I got my hand there, started getting stable. I need my foot up there. And that's the only time I will use this. Right. Okay, I don't feel safe there, so I don't know how I'm going to do a no pit and run. It's going to be hard, it's going to be annoying, I'm probably going to be swearing a lot. It's probably going to be a lot of fuck this, fuck that. But as I said, I'm just going to try and limit as many as I can do. I'm going to limit the falls, I'm going to limit the deaths, and I'm going to limit the rewinds. My first playthrough, I did like 160 rewinds. I'm not going to do that this playthrough at all. Right. And push. We're so close. We can do this, right? We can do this. I'm trying to work out my plan as I go. Right. Now, one thing I didn't explain is if you press tab, you can kind of make a plan of where you're going. So I could have done that. I decided not to. Now, this is something I didn't explore the first time I played. So I'm very much excited to have a look.
kittens.
Huh. Reminds me of Capsule on our couch.
Okay, so it appears that there's actually nothing up here. What? Okay, I guess that's fine. I guess continuing that way. Certain places have collectibles. This doesn't appear to have any. Right, we're going to step around here because it allows me to reach up higher, and then I can kind of use these like a little staircase sort of thing. We're so close. This is going to be a challenge to get up there. I'm thinking right leg, that's left leg, up there. There we go, that worked.
Good.
Hey, that worked. A lot better than I expected. Now, has my food and drink gone down? No. Why is my food and drink gone down? Have I not got it turned on? Oh. There we go. Now it'll go down. I was wondering why that wasn't going down. A quick path area of the Kami cable car. Follow the red rope to reach point of interest. Lower defaults will give you easy access to the upper levels. Okay, so that's basically telling us to follow the red ropes. I didn't do that the first time.
All these peaks. Like familiar faces.
Tenzin is the name of the one that we've just practiced on before we got to Kami. How long have I been recording? 25 minutes. Okay, so I think this is actually a perfect place to end the first episode. We got somewhat quite far. We can have a look at our route, I think. But let's do a tiny little bit of exploration here.
Yep, but I'll be the guide today.
Cave below the cable car. That's on the other side. Let's save it, have a look at the route we took so far. And then I'll quickly show the route that I took on my other ascent. So let's save it. And we will have a look at the route we've took after this.
Play the message.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Ava. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Ava. I hope you remember to take candles up there and a cake. Give me that, Rosie. Sorry, Ava. We figured we could still celebrate your birthday with or without you here. I think Rosie had a few pints already. You wouldn't believe how much she can handle. Anna's here too. And Tommy. Sure you heard him singing off key. Anyway, hugs and kisses. Hope you're enjoying your birthday wherever you are. And I hope you're thinking about us, okay?
Such a goofy bunch. Happy birthday, Ava.
So, this is our route. As you can see, there's a lot of green, but there's a couple of close calls. Still didn't use any cams, not cams, pittons. That one we did. However, so far we've got away with only using a couple of pittons, which is absolutely astonishing, especially seeing as the first time I'm pretty sure I used a lot more. But that is how far we have got. For anybody who is interested, there is still a lot to go. We are not even like 10% through this. So let us go and have a look at the first run I did in the mountain. And yeah, I will be right back. Here we have our first ever route on this mountain. As you can see, already an improvement. I've already used 2 cams here, where I really didn't need to. As you can see, this time I went around there. I think on the new playthrough I went up there, didn't I? Then the long walk, which we'll just fly over. Did I go up the same place? Yes, I ended up going up here again. That was the exact same route that I took this time. As you can see, I used a cam. I'm calling them a cam. It isn't a cam, it's a piton, but then this is where I spent forever trying to figure out the sprint jump because I couldn't actually figure it out. I ended up doing it and it worked, so yeah. And then this route, I actually went up the left side because I wanted to go there. Obviously this time I went up this side and went up here. And that takes us to where we have saved today. I'm not going to go further up the mountain. I will do that in another video. I'll catch you guys later. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like, a comment, and subscribe if you want to see more of this amazing game. I love it. It's everything I expected and more. And I'll see you guys next week.